France against Finland. Finland with a 2-0 victory against the World Cup winners. Not what Didier Deschamps obviously had planned. Jules, what went wrong today?
Pretty much everything, Dan. Everything went wrong. Deschamps at the end said that it was a slap in the face in terms of performance, because although he made a lot of changes, it was probably the B team or the C team, apart from what Pogba, I guess, and Giroud starting. All the others, I know usually starters, but just nothing went well. They were sloppy, no rhythm, no intensity. And Finland were well organized. They were aggressive. They played really well. They defended well. They took one chance and a half and scored 2 goals. It was really good from them, but from our point of view, from the French point of view, it was very poor, very disappointing. Moussa Sissoko, not really sure what to say. Steven Nzonzi, not good enough. The only good thing, I guess, is Marcus Thuram for his debut, 26 years or something after his father, who had a really good first half, a bit tired in the second half, but certainly a very good first 45 minutes, make things happen. So that was promising. The rest, just put it in the bin and move on.
Frank, we heard Jules mention Pogba, one of the main starters who did start this game. How would you assess his performance?
I would say a poor one. Normally, you know, if he doesn't play well with Manchester United or doesn't play anymore with Manchester United, he has the chance to show his talent with the national team, and he normally does well. But today, I think he was lost. In fact, he missed so many passes. Too long, too short, too slow, and didn't work as he normally doesn't, you know, defensively. So it was for me, a really poor performance from Paul, and he really needs to react if we want to see him again with the national team.
So how much of a pass do we give these players? Pogba, of course, we've mentioned, Stevie, given it's just a friendly.
No, I think had this been the first team, you can give them a pass because clearly they took their eye off the ball.
Right.
But when you've got so many players trying to push their way into the starting 11, there's no excuse for intensity. Listen, everybody, or players can have a bad game. You can play a bad pass. You can have a bad finish. But what you should not be is lacking in intensity when you're trying to get in a starting 11. So there's absolutely no excuse for that whatsoever, and they don't deserve a pass.
How much criticism, how much coverage will this get, Jules, in France, or how much will it be, well, it's just a friendly against Finland?
Quite a lot. That's not really the preparation that Deschamps wanted for the big game on Saturday in Portugal, which is pretty much the final of the Nations League group. That's not what he wanted. It's the first time in 10 years now, just over 10 years, that France don't score in 2 home games in a row, which again, Deschamps won't be happy with that. Of course, they had chances and Thuram hit the bar when it was still 0-0. However, it's just not good enough. And I think Stevie makes a good point. It's not this game was not for Deschamps to see what Pogba could do. He knows what all those players are capable of. What he wanted to see is how much depth he had in his squad, because you don't know, comes the summer and the Euros, what could happen. You might have injuries, you might have issues, you might need those players who are usually a sub. And now today, you didn't see anyone who could even threaten the starting 11 and to come into that team. So that's, I think for me, that would be the most disappointing things for Deschamps to take from the game.
Robert, we heard Deschamps, of course, saying, I'll look after Paul, you know, he's fine under me. You're speaking about Pogba and his lack of playing time at Manchester United. Obviously didn't set the world alight today.
Yeah, I think he's lacking in a little bit of confidence for all his arrogance, and you think that he's a player that would have lots of confidence. I don't think at the moment that he's seeing a pass properly. He's not sure when the ball comes to him whether he can wriggle away from challenges. Years ago when he was at Juventus, he could do everything you wanted. He could go past people, he could out-jump people, he could out-pass people. I'm not seeing the same Paul Pogba at the moment, and I think he's just lost that confidence. And I think he's lost that half a yard of pace to get away from people at the moment. That sort of confidence he had where he knew that he could drop his shoulder and go past somebody, he hasn't got that same confidence anymore. So I think it's a worry for him, it's a worry for Manchester United, and going forward, it may be a worry for France as well.
Well, thank you very much for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for live streaming, premium content, and let's not forget as well, ESPN FC 7 days a week. Subscribe to ESPN+.